Good morning, Pier Runners. Welcome to another edition of Morning Brews and Cruise News. I'm your host, Trevor Shelby. Today is July 20th, and we've got a wave of information coming your way. So strap on your life vest. We're diving into the latest news about the Carnival Pride, everything that's unraveling, what's going on, and what you can expect moving forward with this ship. But before we sail into that, let's anchor ourselves into the warm aroma of Coffee 30. We're finishing up this series. We're towards the end of the week, and I'm really sad. So this coffee actually came from my good friends, Gary and Teresa, over at the Traveling Mannings. They got me this on their visit to Oklahoma, and it was so very nice of them. So today we brewed it super duper strong, and we frou-frued it up. We've got it all the whipped everything in there, and so it's gonna be good. So, oh yeah. Let's get into this. So today we're talking all about the Carnival Pride. The last 24 hours really has been a whirlwind of information, all kinds of craziness, speculations going on. There's a lot of people, a whole lot of people from the United States overseas from where the Pride is, and they're flying overseas to get onto this ship, and they're finding out the unfortunate news that this ship has been canceled. So we're going to talk about what happened, what's going on, and we're just going to dive right into it. So yesterday, the Carnival Pride had an unexpected stop in Kiel, Germany, due to technical issues affecting its maximum cruising speed. The issues led to an unfortunate cancellation of that final port of call, which was in Sweden. From a lot of reports, we found out that not only were they having propulsion issues of their maximum speed, but they also were just having propulsion issues in general. They were dead in the water for a little bit, and that could be a really scary situation. Today, Carnival Cruise Line has announced that the next sailing of the Carnival Pride, a 9-night cruise from Dover, England, scheduled to depart on Friday, July 21st, has unfortunately been canceled. The ship remains docked in Kiel, Germany, as it undergoes emergency repairs to this propulsion system. The unplanned stop in Kiel means the ship won't make it back to the home port of Dover in time for its next cruise. Because they were having these issues, they decided to put safety first, and they decided to cancel the upcoming 9-day cruise. So these are some of the things that the people coming for the canceled cruise, what they can expect. For guests who haven't set foot in European soil, you'll automatically receive a full refund on your cruise fare, port fees, taxes, and prepaid onboard expenses. Additionally, the cruise line is offering 100% future cruise credit for another sailing. Any airline cancellation fees will also be covered by Carnival. Now, for those of you guests who are already in Europe, you'll be reimbursed for 2-night hotel stay up to $300 per night, along with a food per diem of $100 per day per person. Any airline change fees will also be covered by the cruise line. As an alternative, Carnival is investigating the ability on maybe a P&O cruise or a Princess cruise for a offering of a 7-night sailing from Southampton departing Saturday, July 22nd. Both of these cruises have Scandinavian itineraries on that departure date. The now canceled Carnival Pride cruise was supposed to be on a 9-night European itinerary, calling on ports in Scotland and Ireland. The Carnival Pride has just undergone a month-long dry dock in Spain this spring, and they began experiencing these technical issues Tuesday evening. At times on late Tuesday evening and into the early morning hours on Wednesday, the ship was at a dead stop in the Baltic Sea. Now, for the guests that are on board, they're kind of making some plans with Carnival on how to get back home. After looking at John Hield's page, there's a whole lot of people that have posted that they have chartered flights. They have done, all that they can to get everybody home safe and in a stress-free manner, which I think is really important to do here. I think that the news that Carnival is doing all that they can to really make this as stress-free as possible is great. I think that, these things happen. And, John Hield had actually done a little video earlier today, and he's the brand ambassador for Carnival. He actually came on and said, these things happen. He referenced planes, trains, and automobiles, and ships. So it's unfortunate this happens right after a dry dock, and it's unfortunate that whatever issue this may be, it wasn't identified at that time. And I've talked about it before, and I'm going to kind of speak on it a little bit now. This is another instance where things like maybe travel insurance may be a wonderful thing to have, because even though Carnival is giving everybody $100 per day for food and they're paying $300 a night for their hotel, I think that it's also important to have a little bit of buffer room, because you just never know what other expenses you may end up with. Hang on a sec. Here we go. Got the cap cam going. Oh, that is Flinty being my morning girl. So there we go. I've actually looked into a couple of plans. They're not that expensive, and so I don't have anything to really recommend. My good friend Gary had gave me a good tip. I looked into it. It was not that expensive for like a yearly plan. He does a lot more traveling than I do, so I can definitely understand that. But like a one-trip plan was pretty darn cheap, so it's definitely something that I will be looking into in the future. Especially, I've got a cruise coming up in November. I'm definitely picking up a one-trip plan for that, because I'm breaking all the rules on this cruise, guys. I am flying in the day of and doing everything that I shouldn't do, that I always recommend that you don't do. So I'll have a good reference for the channel if things go wrong. So there you go. Anyways, guys, it looks like Carnival's making good on things. They're trying to give everybody, future cruise credits. They're giving people their money back. They're chartering flights. They're, rescheduling flights. They're giving people hotel money. They're giving people, food money. Have they done enough in your opinion? Post that in the comments down below. I'm really interested in this. Personally, I think that they've done everything that they can to this point. So it'll be interesting to see if anything else happens down the road. But for now, I think, they've covered all the basics anyways. Anyways, guys, that's all we have for now. So stay tuned for more updates from Morning Brews and Cruise News. Make sure you're subscribed. My name is Trevor Shelby. Remember, folks, life is like a voyage. You never know where the seas may take you. So stay alert, stay caffeinated, and above all else, stay cruising. Smooth sailing, pier runners.